The Anambra International Airport is Governor Willie Obiano's biggest legacy in Anambra State.
His Excellency has fulfilled that promise. The promise he made to the Anambra, will give you an airport, not only an airport, a very standard airport. By God's grace, from the professionals like Director General NCAA, like the House Committee, National Assembly Committee on Aviation. When they came here, they said it, and it's on record, that we are doing one of the best international airports in sub-Saharan Africa. So the airport is done to the best, latest international standard in the whole world.
When you talk about economic development, you must have special attention for aviation. It is key, it is important. Without it, you cannot talk about economic or social development of any community or any nation of the world. I can see by all consideration, this is one of the best airports that we have. There's no doubt about it. To me, what you have done is beyond helping Anambra State economically. You are not only helping Anambra State, you are not only helping to accelerate socio-economic development of the Southeast, but that of Nigeria as a whole. For me, I'm very proud as a Nigerian to be here.
Thank you.
And I'm looking forward to other governors, if possible, to emulate you. When I was coming, I looked at the length of the road that you are constructing, and I was wondering, I said, I called the chairman house. I said, is this a federal government money or how? Because the length of the road itself is convincing that you meant business with the investment that you have here.
In concept and execution, the airport reflects the ambition, taste, style, and attention to detail of Governor Obiano. It was designed to match the specifications of modern airports across the world. It has the second longest runway in the country, next only to Lagos. It has all the facilities for a 24-hour operation, being fully equipped with the necessary navigational aids and the instruments for night landing. The airport is a monument to the relentless spirit of Anambra and their intrinsic aspiration to conquer the world.
It has never happened before. We've been hearing it's coming. Finally, the right man was on the scene to make it a reality. So every true Anambra will be excited because it's going to revolutionize a business in every ramification. There can't be anything better, in all honesty. So I'm excited to be part of the history.
I feel very proud to be an Anambarian today, and as you can see, everybody is excited. This has created jobs from the startup to finish, and also would create further jobs for this community. And most importantly for me, it has put this community and Anambra State on the world map.
Since the successful testing and demonstration flight into the airport on Friday, April 30th, 2021, public affairs commentators have continued to analyze it from different points of view. Some people have looked at the speedy construction of the airport in a mere 15 months at a time when the world was partially locked down by COVID-19.
It's what we have been expecting for quite a long time. We have gone to Oba, nothing happened. But today is the day the Lord has made for us. We are very grateful for the right person He has used to do the right thing at the right time. I believe that this time He built this airport, it's the right time for it. And I believe it's going to open doors for other businesses. So it is something everyone should appreciate and be grateful to God and, appreciate Him for the job well done.
There can be no gainsaying the enormity of what Willie Obiano has achieved with the Anambra International Cargo and Passenger Airport. For not only has he set a record in project management in Nigeria and much of the developing world, Obiano has also demystified the cloak of abandoned projects in Nigeria.
You may not know. Yes, I shed tears when I landed here because nobody ever believed that this day will come. Before I say anything, I want to give a lot of thanks to the federal government of Nigeria that has approved this airport. This is one of the fastest airports to be approved, even for a test flight. It gives a testament to the quality of job done here.
awesome experience. I felt so elated and I still feel elated.
It's a historical thing, and I'm glad I was one of the few that boarded the flight and came home safely. The landing was very smooth. The expertise in the pilot is something I cannot even explain. And it's good. I never believe Anambra State will have this kind of airport. Wonderful place. Thank the governor, Dr. Obiano, for what he has done for the Anambra State people. This is a big milestone.
The flight that just landed came in from Abuja with passengers to Anambra International Cargo and Passenger Airport, and it's taking passengers from this airport to Abuja. The flight will land again from Lagos this evening, carry passengers from Lagos to Anambra International Cargo and Passenger Airport to Umueri, then carry passengers back. And like Airpeace is talking about 4 times a week, but you know it's only Airpeace. When I talk of Ibom Air, when they come, when Dana come, I want to assure all our passengers in the Anambra that on daily basis we are going to be having minimum of 2 flights a day.
A lot of people didn't believe it, but at least now we can believe and we have seen. Akpokwe Michilolo here, a finished work. You can see the airport's beautiful world-class standard. This project, it's one for first time in history. Anambra has an airport that meets all standards. So it's going to ease the stress for people, travelers. Anambra is the center, and the location is, on Isha this side, Awka this side. So it's well situated, well built, a good project. Akpokwe has done Anambra good.
Not a lone achievement, it's a collective effort, it's a teamwork, and we're able to deliver this effort in 15 months. We want to give God all the glory. His Excellency has given us the biggest Christmas package, and we thank God and thank him for what he has done to Anambra.
The International Conference Center, ICC, is a big legacy project of the Obiano administration. The center is expected to launch Anambra into a new social orbit when it begins to host conferences, workshops, summits, and major get-togethers that will boost the revenue profile of the state.
The building itself is sitting on a 9-hectare land. The building is designed to seat a minimum of 10,000 people. In the approach, we have 2 main gates to the building itself, and we want people as they go through either of the gates to have some sort of experience of green areas. And so the building is one, and then the landscaping is another. And so the tripod pillars form a triangle where one might be dropped off. Under that cover is where we have what we call the ICC monument. It's a water fountain with the letters ICC floating on them. Some experience where people might take pictures, where people might sit and wait for their family members or colleagues who had either gone to park the cars or whatnot, or even just hang out. His Excellency did request that this building sit way above the ground. And so you have to walk 15 steps to even get to the entrance platform. But on either side of the building, because His Excellency loves, or is sensitive rather, to the handicapped people of the society, and we do have ramps for that purpose. The tripod terrace was done on purpose. It's a pre-function space of sorts. So if you choose to do some events outdoor, that is a great space. That alone can seat 2,000 people. And then you go into the main foyer where you gather to disperse. It's a double height space where we have 2 escalators and then we have 2 lifts. In that foyer we have, coffee shops, convention center store, sitting areas and so on. But that's where people meet and greet before you go in. On the right side and the left side of it, we have 2 banks of male and female restrooms because we have that in 4 places. On the right side of that main hall, we have what we call the medium hall, which is divisible. You can use that hall as one or you can divide it into up to 3. Then beyond that, you have a smaller meeting halls, a storage space, banking hall. The banking hall would function independent of this place. Then at the end of that main hall, you have the industrial size kitchen. The concept is that they can cook it and it's warm and good when they serve. But the main cocoa on that ground floor is the big hall or the main auditorium. That's where you can sit between 7,000 to 10,000 people. You sit 7,000 if you do a banquet style sitting where you're sitting round table. Then you can do 10,000 easily if you're doing lecture style where people are just sitting, or for concert. People used to marvel at the engineering that went into this place to make it a clear story. Very, very brilliant engineers who designed it and actually built this whole thing like a Lego in China, dismantled it and brought it back here in Nigeria in 69 40-foot containers. They came back here, put it together, and voila, you have what you have here. And unfortunately, we had to cover it because of acoustics. So we have gypsum board ceiling and perforated ceiling for acoustics. The parking lot is 1,500 car capacity. This is one of its kind in Anambra State. This is one of maybe 4 in Nigeria. People coming into Anambra, having a handshake with Anambra, this becomes a convention hub. It's something that we can actually count is the benefit towards hospitality, trade and commerce, transportation. While all this is happening, it's increasing the IGR of Anambra State. I feel happy as a commissioner for housing Anambra State to say that I think we achieved what His Excellency aimed to do here.
Another fascinating legacy project of the Willie Obiano administration is the Awka City Stadium, situated in the heart of the capital city. The stadium was built to offer residents access to first-class recreational facilities that are critical to lifestyle adjustments.
A lot of work has been done. First of all, after the concrete, there was asphalting works done and allowed to cure over a period of time. Around July, the actual installation of the track started. It has about 5 stages. This is not the carpet type of installation. It's actually a speed track set for use. The youth that went for the National Youth Game at Ilori actually practiced here, even though work was still going on, but the contractor was magnanimous enough to allow them a space to train. So they actually train here. So as long as the track is concerned, the track has been completed, ready for use. And we are happy and thank the governor for providing for the first time in Anambra State to have a speed track that meets international standard. The next thing is the pitch for football. And as you can see, work is ongoing. We are at the installation stage. That's why you see the men are on ground 2-4, working day and night to make sure that this pitch is completed. If you look over there, the scoreboard is being installed. The floodlights are getting ready. When you go inside here, you will see a standard dressing room where you have the 2 teams having the away and the home team. The locker room, the shower room, and convenience is already there for the 2 of them. You have also the officials, they are the coaches, the match commissioners, they have their own locker room. Then you have also the medical room where you have the medical facilities. We don't want a situation where we will have injury while playing and we'll start looking around. It will be well fitted. We're going to have an ambulance ready and medical personnel there. The public address system is already there. So if matches are going on here, the commentary box is the same system that will activate the scoreboard. So that when the scoreboard, the matches are playing, you'll be seeing it live there from the scoreboard. If you get to 6 o'clock, there is need to stretch to 9 o'clock, we'll put on the floodlights. So all these facilities have been provided for.
The Anambra have benefited immensely from perfect working relations between the executive and legislative arms of government. From the inception of the Obiano administration, the harmony between the executive and legislative arms of government has been remarkable. Considering that Anambra is one of the few states where a governor was once impeached, the ability of Governor Obiano to manage the interface between the two arms of government is commendable.
Vehement is a situation whereby, in every budget, we assign a particular resources amount to each ministry, MDA and parastatals. Okay. What vehement simply means is, when a particular ministry exhausts their resources, they can go to another ministry that has much resources and borrow from them and be able to do it. In most governments of the country, one of the particular issues the legislators and the executive normally have is the executive going ahead to take money from a different ministry and expend in another ministry without recourse to the legislature. But His Excellency will never did it. Anytime he feels, okay, the Ministry of Works, there is massive need for us to build more roads, but we don't have more money in the Ministry of Works, but there is still money in Ministry of Diaspora, Culture and Tourism, he will refer to the House of Assembly. Please kindly pass this vehement for me so that we can pull money from this ministry and the other ministry so that the state can move forward. And it's, at the end of the day, it's all for the good of Anambra. So these are the two major places His Excellency has done greatly well in respecting and recognizing the second arm of government, which is legislature. And when such request comes, we don't waste time.
The inauguration of a division of the Court of Appeal in Awka, Anambra State on Wednesday, the 5th of February 2020 was a remarkable moment in the history of the state and a testament to the legacy administration of Governor Willie Obiano. For 29 years, the people and government of Anambra State endured the risk and stress of traveling to Enugu to seek justice in the appellate court under hazardous and very traumatizing conditions. Burdened with these realities and propelled by a stronger desire to provide a robust judicial system in Anambra State to support the growth and developmental drive of his administration, and to attract even more federal institutions to increase the federal government's presence in the state, Governor Obiano's quest for a division of the appellate court in Anambra State became expedient, and with the help of an efficient state ministry of justice and the efforts of other Anambra-born legal luminaries, the dream became a reality.
This brought a lot of excitement, a lot of happiness to our people, particularly to the lawyers and to litigants, because it reduced cost of transportation to Enugu, risk of transportation. It brought justice to the footsteps of the Anambra. So justice delivery was quite effective and good. Today, if you go to the Court of Appeal, you will understand what I am saying. We are so happy, we are so excited, because then about 75% of the cases in the Court of Appeal of Enugu emanates from Anambra State. Today they are all here, and I say kudos and thank you to the justices of the Court of Appeal Awka Division. They've been working so hard, they've been assisting us, and our appeal have been moving so well and so fast.
To productively and positively engage the youth in the state, Governor Obiano repositioned the Ministry of Youth Entrepreneurship. This ministry, among other things, has created a framework which will train, retrain, and empower the youth in diverse vocations, producing a pool of skilled and semi-skilled workforce, making them either employers of labor or employable in the many industries that has been attracted by Obiano's favorable economic policy.
Then in the Ministry of Youth and Sports, we had a whole lot of things with him. He empowered the youth. More than 5,000 youths were empowered. A lot of training organized for them, jobs given to them, and we had a lot of sporting activities. So many sporting activities were achieved, and so many of our athletes were employed overseas, and they are there now making money and earning a living for themselves.
Was in the Ministry of Youth. From Agric, I moved to the Ministry of Youth. In the Ministry of Youth, we developed a program that we call Smart Jobs Initiative. Smart Jobs Initiative is a program that we developed to anchor and help our youth to get employed, self-employed, utilizing a platform to feed and do business online. And that was also to tap into the logistics, economics, and also tap into the hospitality business, which is now the tourism and also the Ministry of Transport. And the idea is that we will utilize the youths to be able to book services, hotel services, logistics services for everybody who wants to travel, for everybody who wants to stay in a hotel. And that's been being promoted as we speak now. So youths are being engaged across the 21 local governments to trade on this platform.
One of Africa's most persistent political headaches is lack of succession planning. Nigeria's political leaders are known for not having a good succession plan or for planting poorly prepared successors who cannot stand on their own feet. But Governor Obiano has blazed a trail by fighting for the emergence of a world-renowned economist and former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, as the governor-elect of Anambra State. Governor Obiano took Professor Soludo's election as a personal battle which must be won. He believes that after 8 years of laying a solid foundation for the accelerated development of Anambra State, all his achievements would count for nothing if a less competent candidate succeeded him. The emergence of Soludo as governor-in-waiting is therefore a major political achievement in a country where former governors have worked against the wishes of their people to plant spineless successors whom they felt would not be able to challenge their own records in office. It is for this reason that Soludo's election has been applauded by global leaders, world powers, leading statesmen, democratic institutions, and lovers of good governance across the world. It is fascinating how a single courageous act by a determined political leader can point the way to a brighter future in a country that badly needs redemptive political leadership. Governor Obiano has shown the way. Others will certainly follow. A most memorable feature of the Obiano administration has been the tremendous support from his dear wife, Chief Mrs. Ebelechukwu Obiano Osudieme. Mrs. Obiano has touched lives where it mattered most, building houses for indigent widows, empowering women and young girls with vocational skills and seed monies to take charge of their lives, building toilets in various markets to allow our women repossess their dignity from open defecation, offering limbs to amputees, fixing cleft palate lips, and finally, rehabilitating people afflicted with mental illnesses and reuniting them with their families. Surely, Chief Mrs. Ebelechukwu Obiano, through her NGO, is the human face of the Obiano administration. She deserves the praises and approval of the discerning public. In conclusion, the true value of a man is known from the way he reacts to the challenges of his time. Governor Willie Obiano has shown tremendous capacity for leadership and left a resounding legacy in Anambra State. Obiano has built monuments in the hearts and minds of Ndi Anambra where neither wind nor rain can wipe them away. History will be kind to him because he has made history.
Yeah.